Hey everybody, welcome back to Culz Book Reviews. Today we're checking out The World of Kong, A Natural History of Skull Island by Weta Workshop. As you can see there, it does say forward by Peter Jackson, and this book did come out in conjunction with the 2005 film King Kong, which was directed by Peter Jackson. So what the forward talks about is how all the artists worked so hard to not only create really awesome concepts for the different animals of the film, but they also created all these backstories and really in-depth kind of history of each animal. And so not wanting all that hard work to go to waste, this book was created, right? And so instead of just seeing the animals that we see either in the film or the extended edition, we actually get a whole ecosystem, a whole biome. And so following up on things, such as, the wildlife of Star Wars, but also, like Alien Planet, The Future is Wild, that kind of stuff. This was another big thing for me in that whole realm of speculative evolution. So it does cover a lot of Skull Island. We obviously see the animals that are within the film itself, King Kong 2005, but we also see a bunch of animals that obviously didn't make it into it. And so let's discuss what the cover and the back cover show, and then we'll get into the book and maybe discuss some of my favorite animal designs. Alright, so here we see the cover of The World of Kong, A Natural History of Skull Island by Weta Workshop. You do see it forward by Peter Jackson. And then you got this really nice artwork of Kong battling one of the V-Rexes. And it's just absolutely fantastic. Obviously, we kind of see something similar to this in the actual 2005 film. And so it's pretty cool to kind of see the beginning stages of this battle. Let's look at the side cover real quick. So right here we see The World of Kong, and just a more continuation of that artwork there by Weta Workshop. Down below you got the Pocket Books little logo right there. Let's check out the back. Alright, so the back continues this nice green coloration and the picture at the same level, which kind of gives it an offset look, but it looks really nice, almost like you're looking through to Skull Island. Right here you see what probably turned into the Venatosaurus, the raptor-like dinosaurs you see on Skull Island. But here you're definitely looking more like, late 90s Dromaeosaurus, Deinonychus, something like that. Below you do see the Universal logo. You see official movie Kong merchandise, pocket books, Weta Publishing, and here's that ISBN. Now, unfortunately, because when this came out, it is extremely hard to find at a reasonable price. It does go for quite a bit of money, even on Amazon and stuff like that now. But if you can find it and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg, I would definitely pick it up. I'm glad I picked mine up when I did, but let's see what's on the inside. I'll kind of show you a bit of the book and then pick out some of my favorite animals that Weta created. Alright, so the back page you see a little map of Skull Island. And the whole kind of theme of this book is it's been written after different, survey missions. Different groups have gone on to Skull Island to actually adventure. You got a picture of Kong. And right here you got actually the Weta team. You can actually see Peter Jackson if you look kind of closely there. The front inside cover is more the same, as you can see, as surveyed April through September 1936. Alright, so let's kind of look throughout. We're actually going to start at the back because there's a nice little size comparison chart. You can kind of see a little bit of it peeking through here. It actually extends quite a bit. But it's really neat because it shows you how big all these animals are that are featured throughout this book. And some of them, might be a little bit smaller, like the small sauropod. Some of them might be a little bit bigger, like, there's Phoractus. Which, if you've seen the extended edition, they were quite big, but since we didn't, it's hard to expect how big they'd be. Obviously, the V-Rex, pretty big. You see Kong up there with a Venatosaurus. I do like a lot of these designs do seem rather grounded and not just like super fantasy, which I rather appreciate. So we'll fold that one back up. And at the end, you see the acknowledgements, and we'll just kind of flip through and show you some of the just fantastic artwork. The artwork is just beautiful. I can't say enough. Growing up, it's some of the artwork I really try to base mine off of. I really enjoyed the movie and just the aesthetic, kind of the more of the view of prehistoric life back in the 30s. Like, they really went for that while still somewhat updating it. So you can just see some of this fantastic art, just really, really good. I highly recommend it. Even if you Google search and can find it there, try to do that. Like, it's definitely worth it. They really put their time and effort into all these fantastic pieces of art. So one that I've always enjoyed, and maybe it's because, Stegosaurus is so prevalent here in Colorado, it being our state dinosaur and everything, and my great-grandfather actually helping with the Kessler rat, is this Atercurisaurus. And it's kind of neat because though the overall body plan does seem very Stegosaurus-like, you can see it actually has more, like some spikes more akin to like Kentrosaurus. So, and the coloration, that kind of blue-purple with that yellow tan, underbelly there. I mean, just fantastic. I really wish we actually had seen this in the actual film itself. Here's another one I really quite enjoyed. This one's Diablosaurus. And it's quite fascinating because even though it looks possibly like a weird rhinoceros, or some may think it's a weird ceratopsian, it's actually an offshoot of the sauropod lineage. So it's kind of this weird convergent evolution of how, like, the sauropods at some point decided to armify, and resemble more of, look at that head, looks very rhinoceros-esque. And obviously ceratopsian in a way, so it's just another intriguing piece of speculative evolution. Like, could some sauropods have evolved into this? We definitely saw some with shorter and shorter necks as, their lineage grew on. So, would this have ever happened? It's hard to say, but it's really fun to speculate on. Can't go wrong with the Foetodon. It's one I've always really enjoyed, and it'll be making an appearance in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, instead of just being fodder like it was in the movie for the V-Rex, it's cool to get some more, just information, like how it grew up, how the babies lived. We got some neat skeletal anatomy. Got a neat drawing that you can see the skull just looks really robust and thick. Like, it's just such a cool creature. I really enjoyed this one. And finally, the last one I'll talk about, super easy to know if you know me, it's the V-Rex, Venatosaurus Rex. I even have the Nanmu figure. Like, it's just so cool to just see this more hulking, bulky, a little bit more agile evolution of the Tyrannosaurus, which they actually kind of right here show from the Tyrannosaurus skull. You kind of see an intermediate species, and then you see the V-Rex. Slowly how it got those adaptations that we saw in the movie. And again, some awesome artwork here. You see it picking off one of the Brontosaurus. Looks more like a calf or a young one. And again, just beautiful artwork, amazing design. Definitely pays homage to what we saw as the T-Rex or Allosaurus in the original King Kong movie. So those are just some of my favorites. I could go on days and days. Maybe at some point we can further discuss some of these guys. So yeah, that's The World of Kong. It's a book I think I would probably recommend, especially if you want to keep diving into the world of speculative evolution. I know we've given you the wildlife of Star Wars, the Phil Guy, as well as Alien Planet. And this is just another piece of material to kind of help your mind just open up to that idea, I guess. But I do think it is a better written, or at least more established look at a wildlife compared to that Star Wars one. Like, it took that idea and really added depth to it, added some more just information to each creature. And while it can feel a little bit repetitive, for the most part I would say they at least attempt to try to make it seem as different as possible. And even though some of these creatures can seem like just downright killers, not all of them are. And so I definitely enjoyed that, where it's trying to make more of a balanced ecosystem, I would say. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. I would probably give it an 8.1 out of 10. It's a good read. Check it out. Like I said, pair it with some of the other ones we've done and some of the other ones we will do. And I think hopefully you guys will be able to make up some awesome ideas of some speculative evolution yourselves. If you do, let us know. But if you guys want to see some more Culz book reviews, click that link to your left. If you want to see more about what we're doing here at Culz Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. and let us know. A. What was your favorite creature in the World of Kong book? And B. What's your favorite piece of speculative evolution?